Okay, as you can see, first 5 drawers will have been finished and looking good. I seem to be sliding in very nicely. Fairly even spaces. The knotty old pine. I'll give you a look here on the front end. Close as. Looking pretty good. Gluing up of the larger drawers has started, and there's sides over there, those ones, they're going to have slides in. Those ones will have slides in. There's 12 of those and 6 of each of the others. See, I've got the weights here. When you do tighten them up like this, using wedges, you do your slight, you can get a slight bowing, so I just put weights on that just pushes it down. That clamping method works really well and you get multiple done. There is 6 clamp ups there, so that's good. 6 clamp ups. Alright, carry on. Okay, back at it again. Now I'm making the door, top door of the drawers, and don my gear. I'm going to run a route right around these edges here. Oh, sorry, not that edge there. We'll put a 3mm drop in there, and then I'll put a backing on here. But right around this edge here, and I'll turn it over, and do all that edge there too, and round that off there. So I've already tested this out, make sure it's going to look, and not have an egg on my face. I've swung the hinges on it, put the handle on it, and now I am about to just do the quick work to finish it all off, and then I'm going to use that chestnut varnish stain to give it a quick coat over and give it that authentic look, and then we'll install it. Of course, after I've done all the routing, I've got to put holes where I've marked a spot on one side and the other side. Then I fit those in after I've done all the varnishing, and hopefully we're set to go and install it. I apologise if I look like something from out of the Pirates of the Caribbean, but we'll get there. Well, this is a little bit deeper than 3mm. I like it to sit a little bit deeper. This craft wood I'll be inserting in here. It doesn't matter what it is, because it's going to have that varnish and stain on it anyway. See that? And the other side. Now we'll go and fit it. Better to pour the varnish onto a flat surface like this. Just pour it on like that to about an amount where you think it'll be quite visible. That's going to cover the whole area. Especially onto this craft wood. This stuff just really absorbs your varnish on the first coat. Now, is that wasting it? I don't think so, because I tell you what, it absorbs in straight away. So you still, if you're putting on by brush like I'm doing at the moment, look, I've still got to get it on. And while I'm putting it on, it's just absorbing it. So it's just better to lay it on. Otherwise you come back and it's half varnished. Just get that first layer on, nice and thick. Bring your lines back like that. And halfway across, straight lines. Second coat for this here. Only going to put 2 coats on. This is for the outside on, this is the bottom. It's very hungry, that craft wood, really absorbs it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's about all I got left. And I've only virtually got 1 layer on. As you probably can see on this one here, you can see we're starting to dry out already. Haven't been on there about 5 minutes. I think I've got enough for just 1 more. Watch out for runs. Of course all these drawers have got their numbers on, so I can't get them wrong. And of course the sliders are all masked up. This is a good thing. Right, we'll put this on here. Of course varnishing is one of those rewarding, non-rewarding jobs where you get rewarded what it looks like afterwards, but while you're doing it it's hard. Especially if you, I can see a spot here. Right, fitting the hinges, just finishing off. So there you have it. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this angle drill jig. I've got a hole marked. I want it to run at 90 degrees, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bushing in there, and plus I'm going to have a floating bushing that's going to go onto the cupboard latch hinge to keep it at a distance, and that way it's not going to be wearing out the wood on here when it rotates backwards and forwards when it's opening and closing. Over the years it'll soon get a hole, so I'm going to drill that. I have set this up at 90 degrees to the square, then make sure it's perfectly square. I have to do that because I don't want to put any strain on the hinges. So if I bring that back, it comes back. I'll put the drill bit on. It's not a real All it does is assist you in making a 90-degree drill, better than hand drilling when you want a bit of accuracy. It's good enough for me, better than I would be able to do it by eye. Now here, I've already put the bushing in, and this is the other one that goes there. That one's a little bit longer there, about 1.5 mil, so it will protrude either side of this bush here. Now, push that bush in there, and this, for example, put this in here. Now that is locked onto the inner bush because it's longer than the thread. So if I do that for both sides, one over on the lid side, over here somewhere, wherever it's going, I've got it marked about there. When I put the hinge in there, should be the right distance. I've worked out where it's got to be, and so hopefully it works as according. At the moment, looks like a good idea. Everything's moving around independently of each other. I have got a snug fit on these here, so it'll take years and years to wear out. And the material I use there is all aerial, car aerial, that I had lying around, and the two different sizes. It was about 6.5 mil in diameter on the internal thing there, and the outside one was 8 mil. So all I had to do is correspond with the drills to drill it out, and then I had to drill out this one here on the inside, just a fraction. So this one slides in and out. They weren't from the same aerial. I had two old aerials, and one's metric, one's imperial aerial tubing. I grabbed hold of those one day and I said, yep, I'll use those one day, especially in my model making when I do them. But here I am, I'm using it on my model making tool cabinet start, eh? I'll bring you back later when I've finished. Okay, now, when I lift the lid up, you'll see that these nuts will turn. These acorn nuts will turn. Look carefully. The nut and the bolt are locked onto the bush. That internal bush is longer than the thickness of this wood and the corresponding bush that's fixed to this wood, to the cabinet. And I actually put super glue in it, make sure it was really stuck. You have seen the pictures as I'm putting it together. Now, you say, so what? Well, it doesn't wear slots. It doesn't wear slots in these 2 points here. And you get that sloppy hinge effect. started stocking up things, I'll just show you. We're just throwing everything in here at the moment. The final resting places will come imminently. Dim. You need, one of the most important things is you need somewhere where you can put all your remaining parts from the build, otherwise it just gets a mess. All these parts are very important for model building and plus for carving. Okay.